Hey everybody, thank you all so much for the incredibly thoughtful feedback on episodes 1 and 2. Today, episode 3, the 5 R's of harassment prevention. What is it that we as leaders, as supervisors, as managers, as those with HR responsibilities must do to confront inappropriate workplace conduct, to ensure that it does not lead to a proliferation of harassment complaints? As many of you, I'm sure, have seen, in April of 2024, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission issued for the first time in a very long time a guidance on workplace harassment. Recently, that guidance was added to, and in fact, the acting head of the EEOC said a primary concern of the commission is to ferret out, is to minimize, is to ideally eliminate all harassment against women in the workplace. The EEOC is focused on harassment prevention. Is your organization truly prepared for when these issues arise? So let's go through what I call the 5 R's of supervisory, of leadership responsibilities. R number 1, refrain from inappropriate conduct broadly defined. What does that mean? As leaders, we're the people that others are going to look to for what they can and for what they cannot do. Or, probably said more accurately, we're the ones we're going to look to for them to determine what they can get away with. If we are conducting ourselves in a manner that approaches the line, I promise you, the people who report to you, they're going to sprint past that line. And now your life at work has gotten significantly more complicated. You have created the opportunity for an increase in claims. We have to refrain from inappropriate conduct as broadly as we can define that phrase. Do not focus on what's harassment. Do not focus on what technically is discrimination. Those are legal terms that 8 reasonable people whom you've never met hopefully will not make a decision on 5 years from now. If you keep the focus on eliminating inappropriate conduct, you won't get close to harassment or discrimination. Second R, we have to report to human resources all complaints of harassment, discrimination, retaliation, inappropriate behavior based on protected class. Why do leaders have to report complaints to HR? Can't they conduct investigations on their own? No. These kinds of complaints are what are called protected complaints. And protected complaints, as a matter of law, must be investigated. And your leaders, your supervisors, your managers, they can't do these investigations for a couple of reasons. One, they don't know how. Why would they possibly know how to conduct investigations into allegations of inappropriate workplace conduct? That's not what they're trained to do. It is precisely what HR is trained to do. Second, if the person who brought the complaint is somebody who reports to the supervisor may be perceived as having a stake in the outcome. Whether the supervisor does or doesn't matter all that much. That's the perception. And oh, by the way, if those two people work closely, the supervisor may be a witness. And as we all can appreciate, you cannot be witness and investigator at the same time. Second R, report all complaints of harassment, discrimination, retaliation, and inappropriate behavior based on protected class to HR. Third, we have to respond proactively even in the absence of a complaint. Well, how do I respond if nobody's complained? Because you have the power of observation, and believe it or not, the law actually imposes on you the obligation to act based on what you observe. It's the lesson we learned when we were in pre-K, in kindergarten, in first grade. If you see something, you have to say something. This actually is a legal requirement for those with supervisory responsibilities. From an organizational standpoint, if we are serious about harassment prevention, also we want to consider the idea of implementing a policy that deals with bystander responsibility, making sure that employees appreciate that not everybody is comfortable bringing forward a complaint. And the more we can advocate on behalf of others within our workplace, the better that workplace will be. Fourth R, we have to remedy the inappropriate behavior, making sure we focus the remedy in the right place. Let's talk about the classic way companies screw this up. We get a complaint of harassment from an employee that the employee's supervisor is treating the employee differently based on the employee's differing abilities. It's forwarded to HR, it's investigated, it turns out, yes, the supervisor is treating the employee differently based on the employee's differing abilities. So, remedy we come up with is we transfer the employee from working for that supervisor to working for another supervisor. We good? We are most certainly not good. we got a couple of problems here. Problem number one, what is the likelihood wrongdoer will do wrong again? Can we all agree? It is extraordinarily high. Why? Because we didn't focus the remedy on the wrongdoer. Rather, we focused the remedy on the complainant, which is why, welcome to 5th R, the wonderful world of retaliation. The person made a complaint. The complaint was investigated. Action was taken against the employee for having raised that complaint. That is garden variety. That is relatively easy to prove. That is exceedingly difficult to defend against. Retaliation, as nutty as it sounds, we want to encourage our employees to bring forward to us good faith complaints of harassment, good faith complaints of discrimination. Why? If they bring them to us as leaders, we maintain control. If employees see that we are not conducting ourselves the right way, or that from an organizational standpoint we're not handling complaints the right way, employees are still going to bring complaints. They're just not bringing them to us. And all kidding aside, that leaves them with one resort, and that is to go to their lawyer. And once lawyers get involved, we have lost control. Refrain from inappropriate conduct, broadly defined. Report all complaints of harassment, discrimination, retaliation, inappropriate behavior based on protected class to HR. Respond proactively, even in the absence of a complaint. Remedy the inappropriate behavior. And finally, refrain from retaliation. Until and unless your leaders are educated on these subjects, you are not doing close to what is necessary to prevent harassment from happening inside of your workplace. Folks, thank you all once again for your time. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. Go Birds.